You never had a Tom Collins?
I don't think so. I heard about it once on Adventure Brothers,
Yes.
where
Yes, you
he
did.
tries to order a Tom Collins from the bar.
That was the fuck. No, it was Rob Roy. Wasn't it a Rob Roy that he ordered when Brock took him out to that bar? No, he took him out to the strip joint, and he was like, "I'll have a Rob Roy." Then the bartender fucking rolls his eyes, and he has to look at like the little cheat sheet card that he's got underneath the bar that has a Rob Roy on it. Pretty sure that's what it was.
I feel like I've heard of Tom Collins before.
It was probably they probably did a bunch of old fucking timey bullshit recipes or drink recipes on there. Anyways. It's the Jacket Off Podcast, episode 38. What's up? Today's episode is brought to you by a couple of hits of shitty weed and some Tom Collins.
Oh, shitty weed. Some of that.
No, it's no.
Some of that back door. What's that? Backyard.
I should say that
You
it's
go out of the back door to get to
good
the
weed, but it was like the bottom of the barrel. I had to do a little bit of a stir, a little bit of a tap, stir and tap to try to get all the rest of that happening. So there's that. Not much. It's nothing crazy. You don't want to be. I didn't want to be comatose. Just got to be this north or this south, whichever direction you want to be, of comatose.
Just look up at the stars, see where that big one is. That's the north.
Yep.
You want to be just below it.
Black is north, up is white. One of those. That's good shit. Tom Collins, of course, being a guy who decided he was going to put some limes in some vodka and then name it after himself because he's a narcissist. So
that's what a Tom Collins is?
No, I don't know. Fucking know. Well, what a Tom Collins is physically
You made one.
What?
I said you made one and you should know what it is.
No, I know what it is.
Okay.
But they also make pre-made Tom Collins mix. Polar Seltzer makes like one of the tall bottles of it that you can just pour in and then pour vodka in and you're all set. But a real Tom Collins is vodka, lime, simple syrup, and regular seltzer or club soda. That's it. It's basically like a limeade sparkly vodka thing.
Okay.
But it's very good, super refreshing on a summer day, closing out the summer.
Closing it out.
Fuck fall, fuck winter. Spring is all right.
See, you're closing out the summer. I'm bringing in the fall.
My God. Your fall for you, if it could start at the fucking beginning of August, that'd be the best.
Yeah.
You'd just be like, man, everything's getting all cold and dying and shit, and I'm going out and getting pumpkin spice, all the pumpkin spices.
What's this? Pumpkin's good. Put it in my cart.
I'm gonna have to have that.
I'm gonna need that.
It's if I look in a single cabinet of your house during this very magical time for you, special edition pumpkin spice everything. Look, it's pumpkin spice ravioli. Look, it's pumpkin spice fucking.
Yo, that'd be good with like some squash on the inside instead of like cheese instead of the regat. You just get a little squash inside. Pumpkin spice on the outside.
That's you, pumpkin spice on the inside. It's me, Dillon, pumpkin spice on the inside, coming at you. So, we've flipped the script. That's what we've done this week. We've flipped the script because you have.
That's not true.
A travel story now.
That's.
You do.
My travel stories aren't exciting though. They don't. They just go as planned.
They're not exciting. Oh yeah. You know what's really boring? Going to the Dr. Seuss Museum and then riding a bunch of licensed fucking roller coasters for a weekend. It's a real snooze fest.
No, this I'm not. The travels. The travels. The snooze fest. Everything went as planned. You just end up where you had to go.
Yeah, but okay, so
For some reason, I'm not you. I can make it to places without a whole what for and I have to do.
I get it. So what you're trying to say is that my pain when it comes to traveling is comedy derived.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that's a fair assessment, but it's worth talking about. I was very jealous of you with your licensed roller coasters and
You got the invite.
and your
The irony being, my travel story was the plight is that you had to stay home and go to a wedding. So even when you couldn't travel, when you wanted to travel, that's the whole So, yeah.
How was the Dr. Seuss Museum?
It was pretty cool.
Was it laid out like a museum? Like, was it like white walls and like lighted shit and like stuff in boxes?
Not really. It was one of the spring. I don't know. You're a museum goer. I am just kind of surprised you've never been. You've been to more museums than I have. All right.
Okay.
So there's this like area in Springfield, Massachusetts, where it's like a bunch of houses basically, and like each house is kind of a different museum. There's like a fine arts museum, a history museum, and then one of the houses is set up as a Dr. Seuss museum.
Okay.
And so, like, it's basic. The downstairs is basically like aimed at kids.
Right.
You have like full life-size sculptures of all like the main characters. They had like the places you'll go kid on the big, like the cover of the book, basically. Reimagine like a 3D real thing. They had like a big old Yertle the Turtle statue, like images ripped from the page, built like right in front of you.
Is there any interactive elements?
Yeah, there's some the alphabet book. That's one, right? Like the alphabet book, one of Dr. Seuss's book is like an alphabet book. So they had like you sit at like this little like touchscreen computer and you could hit a letter in the alphabet and it reads you the page from the book.
Okay.
So they had stuff like that. They had, I don't know, like building blocks and stuff, and they had like a pretty cool touchscreen that was just like you could just draw on it. It was a giant, like 70-inch touchscreen that you could just like make pictures on it and stuff. A lot of cool like glasswork.
And this was inside of a house?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like one of those old Victorian houses where like right when you walk in, there's the staircase.
Was it a huge house?
Yeah, it was pretty big. It had a top floor, bottom floor, middle floor, basement.
So this is a huge Victorian house with like a giant foyer with like the staircase going up the center.
Yeah, basically every room had like giant, like the ceilings were really high.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and there's like all the popular characters were kind of like reimagined in 3D, and there's some like cool glasswork stuff. And there's like a fish tank with a bunch of blown glass fish that look like Dr. Seuss fish, basically.
Oh, dude, I love glasswork.
I don't know, it was cool. All right, the glasswork was cool.
Dude, somebody's got to make me a 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish bong, dude.
And then when you go upstairs, that was more like the museum stuff that had like pictures of like. On the way up, there was like two encased like little stand things with like a bunch of old toys, like from the original stuff. They had an original storyboard from the Grinch.
Oh shit!
Like that he actually drew.
Wow, damn.
Yeah.
So they had a pretty healthy mixture of like, sort of the enthusiast like yourselves, sort of things that you would find interesting, like a Planet Hollywood Hard Rock Cafe side, and then they had like
what
kids would find interesting at a face value.
Yeah. They had his whole room set up upstairs and like paintings that weren't your Dr. Seuss characters or whatever. They were just like his paintings that he drew.
So it's kind of like a tribute to the man, a tribute to the work.
Yeah.
Type of idea.
Yep.
It's interesting. All right. I'll take it. And then
we went in the other museums because like you basically buy a pass to all the museums that are around there.
Oh, so it's a whole like network of it's like a museum hop type thing?
Yeah, like it's like a bunch of houses. Like some of them are bigger. Like this Dr. Seuss museum is in more of a house, and then there's like bigger areas that have like different exhibits and stuff. Like there's like a dinosaur exhibit and like African animals, stuff like that.
Is that like natural history style?
Yeah, there's like a natural history style museum. There was like a I can't think of there was a fine. We didn't go in the fine arts one because we got there a little late, and they closed at like 5. So we spent most of the time in the Dr. Seuss one because
I wonder who they got out there because I'd be interested in going to see it.
I want to say there's a Monet somewhere.
You saw Monet?
I didn't see it. I think it was in the fine arts one that we didn't go into.
Must have been in the permanent collection if they got some Monet.
There was like a map that kind of said what was like going on in each thing, and I saw Monet.
Whoa, that's a name I recognize.
Monet, the old Monet. But yeah, and then there's one museum. I can't think of what they called it or whatever, but they had like old Shogun Japanese like armor sets and like weaponry and stuff.
First you had my interest, now you have my attention.
It was like walking into Neo.
Dude, I fucking love literally.
Like they had some nice stuff in there. Like they had all the masks and like a bunch of helmets. And
one of my favorite exhibits of all time that I ever stepped foot in my life was at the Met in New York. They have a permanent collection going back before, I think almost before the feudal era, of like the coolest fucking samurai shit and war shit and weapons. It was all effaced by a fucking 100% authentic period Buddhist temple and garden inside of a building. Unreal.
And they had like your Greece like wooden sculptures too. They had a bunch of that stuff. They were like really well done. And then like in that same area, I guess there's like this contest where kids can send in pictures like that they draw of like little characters or whatever, and the glass blowing school that's somewhere in that area and somewhere in Massachusetts, they'll pick one and they'll make it basically a 3D glass version of like what the kids do. And some of that stuff you're like, wow, you did a damn good job making that into.
Some of the shit that I see, that's like, a similar thing.
The scribbles, like even like down to just like some of the scribble artifacting that the kids kind of scribble on. They make sure to hit every note of it.
The ones that people do with stuffed animals are fucking unreal. The one like they have a thing on Etsy where somebody makes that, they send in a drawing of the thing and the person makes like a stuffed animal out of it. The detail involved is nasty. To get everything that the kid has put on paper.
Yeah. And then you're like, and it's made out of glass, so you're like, well.
Again, the mastery of that is beyond me. It's so fucking crazy, fascinating. Well, I'm gonna have to make a note of that shit because I want to go out there. We go out to Mass Mocha all the time. We went out to see James Terrell last time.
I was wondering where you went because I saw the sign for Mocha on the way.
North Adams is where that is. I don't know how far it is from Springfield. Probably an hour.
I really don't think it's that far because I remember seeing the Adams exits and it was just like a little past that.
A couple, yeah.
Yeah,
now that I know about all that's going on, the thing is with Massachusetts is like
the worst part was they were opening an MGM. The MGM casino opened up, so it was a nightmare to drive down in that area because we drove right now. right now. We literally drove into the opening day. Marky Mark was there.
Wow. What?
I guess he's from around there. And like after we went to dinner and they had the TV and like they were showing like Marky Mark at the MGM Grand that we just passed by.
Dude, this fucking MGM Grand, dude, it's so fucking boss, fucking wicked, dude.
I opened up
You're
a
never gonna fucking
Wahlburger
believe
and that. That's the name of his restaurant, right? The Wahlburger.
Yo, they put a fucking Wahlburger in there, son. Go in there and get yourself a wicked fucking cheeseburger, okay? All right. They paid me $25,000 just to say that.
Yeah, but so the traffic was bad, but it wasn't terrible. Like even with like they had roads blocked off, which was annoying because they were the roads we had to go down.
The only image that I can conjure in my head as you describe this is you and everybody packed in the goddamn car driving down, and then you hit a fucking roadblock. And you see Mark Wahlberg out in front on the steps just going, hey, I'm a fucking moron. And then you're just like, God damn you, Mark Wahlberg.
Transformers Mark Wahlberg.
You're getting redirected down a side street. Fucking somebody's getting shot. It's like, it's fucking bullshit.
That was really the only bad part about getting there was that they were opening an MGM casino.
That day.
That day.
What the fuck? I forgot I was going to ask you something. So when you guys got done with all the museums and whatnot, did you went to Six Flags for 2 days?
No, just Saturday we went. Probably should have done 2 days, but it was like 1 day at the museums, 1 day at Six Flags.
Okay, so you went didn't you say you took Thursday off though?
Yeah, so we drove there Thursday. To
okay.
get like settled, like later Thursday. We didn't go like right in the morning.
Gotcha. So you just crashed in a hotel.
Yeah.
Went the whole day to those museums Friday, and then crashed in another hotel.
Same hotel.
Oh, and okay, and so then from there you just drove out to.
Yeah. So
how
Six
far
Flags.
is that away?
So the hotel, or the museums were about 20 minutes. And then Six Flags was about 20 minutes. It was just a matter of you went a little farther to get into Springfield, and then the Six Flags exit was earlier, but then you had to drive to Six Flags. Like it was very much driving to Darien Lake, where you're going through that, that fucking town. You're like, wow, this is every Six Flags. You got to go through a town to get here.
Yeah, that's so weird. Well, it's like a town and then a fucking 80-mile stretch where there's nothing. Is what it always seems like. It's like town and then nothing.
Yep.
And then
there
the
was
theme park.
there was town, nothing, theme park. It went exactly the same. Like to the point where the houses were on like the hills and they had the concrete walls next to the sidewalks that you see when you're going through that town. I'm like,
yep.
It's just the same thing.
That is some crazy shit. They must the people who planned to build those parks must look at those towns in America and be like, there's like this town here, but then like right next to it, there's like 60 fucking thousand acres.
Perfect. We'll cut off expansion on the town to put a theme park here.
Level that shit. We're gonna put some Spider-Man stuff here.
The Six Flags was actually more in another town than most Six Flags were. Like there was like a town kind of built around it, which was a little weird.
Yeah. I mean, technically, when you talk about something like The Great Escape, there's a town built around that.
Yeah.
It's a small park.
It's a small park,
but they kind of, it all gets, it's all that kind of happening. But anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
So, all right, let's craft my statement.
Craft it up.
So, there's still DC licensing on stuff.
Yes, that is a Six Flags.
I'm wondering how many parks that are still that.
Six Flags?
Is it the majority of them?
Well, Six Flags are still Six Flags.
Right, but I mean, did the same thing that happened to Darien Lake happen to other parks in the whole franchise? Like, was that a problem?
I imagine that because the thing that happened to Darien Lake was the Six Flags wasn't making the money, so they closed the Six Flags name there. Like, if someone didn't buy the park, it would be a dormant park at this point.
Yep.
Which is weird because Great Escape is Six Flags.
Yeah.
And you'd think that wouldn't make that much money as Darien Lake, but obviously it makes enough to where they keep the name there. It must just be cheaper to have that land than
to close it. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna make it's almost like a net profit kind of.
Are you gonna be able to sell the park to anybody if you end up closing it, or because if you don't sell it, then you're not gonna make the money that you would for keeping it open. So
here's a millennial question for you. Do you think that the American theme park and amusement park concept is disruptable?
Disruptable?
Disruptable. You know how millennials are disrupting stuff? Like, what are we disrupting this week? Like Uber?
Oh,
millennials are disrupting the way that you get groceries.
It was Hooters last week, wasn't it?
Well, that's what we're destroying it. We're either look. So here's two ways going about it.
Okay, there's a lot of D words.
We're either destroy. Here's what millennials have fucked up, which is just by extension of the fact that look, with the whole Hooters thing, it's like it's not that we want to create a new Hooters or a better one. That would be disrupting the titty bar industry.
Yeah.
What we want to do is just that's not even interesting anymore. Like, so the disruption part of it would be if you were to read like a real clickbaity headline about it, it would be like how these two millennials are disrupting the titty bar industry.
So it'd be like if someone opened a restaurant that had
hipster girls that were tastefully dressed.
Oh, I was thinking like instead they would just deliver it to your house, but they were dressed all scantily
Let's combine the two items together, right? We call it the Uberization of the titty bar.
Yeah, we're Uberizing the titty bar.
So you take. So look. All right. What's the millennials' problem with the Hooters concept? Okay. Number one.
A potato. Tuber's a potato.
What'd you say?
I said tuber, but that's a potato, isn't it?
Tuber. All right. So we created this new app. It's called Tuber. It's like, does it deliver potatoes to your house? No. It's way better than potatoes. Just listen to me. Listen.
Don't be dumb.
All right. So, number one problem, millennials don't want to leave the house. So we solve that by bringing it to their house. Solve that one instantly. All right. Second problem. Millennials are living in a culture of appropriation and appropriateness and safe spaces and what have you. So, you can on the app, you can basically say, look, I'm feeling lucky. Send a woman of multiple race
or man,
send
right?
a woman
Wouldn't it be man?
Or man.
Yeah, we gotta.
Or man, or gender fluid.
Send somebody. We don't even want to be choosy, because
send organism. Send entity. And then they send the entity to your house with your choice of now artisan handcrafted chicken wings, locally sourced and fried only in oils that have no trans fats.
Cage-free
chicken wings.
Yeah.
So the organism
and peanut oil
brings your cage-free chicken wings to your house, and then gets consent. If you would like to flirt with the person, you can do so. You just have to make sure that it's on the approved list of flirtables on the app.
What if they set your table for you in your house?
Mm-hmm. They come in, they put the checkerboard thing down on your table. Checkerboard.
It's made of biodegradable paper.
They turn like your sport of choice on the television, and then they come over to your table and they say, like, what sort of interaction would you like today? Would you like me to be blank? And then you can be like,
that's
yeah,
too awkward.
can you be?
That just needs to be something that's filled out on the on the when you're making the order.
Yep.
That's a
That's
checkbox.
what you request.
That's a checkbox.
We got it.
Tuber.
We nailed it. So here's what I want to ask, right? Here's the initial part of the question. I feel like the idea of the theme park at this point is a way, and well, it's, I guess at this point is a misnomer because it's always been this. It's the same thing as the cartoon industry in the 80s. How can we sell the toys? Right? So they're like, all right, international merchandising rights are going to sell it's going to make way more money than what the cartoon does. The cartoon is just the vehicle. That's the vehicle by which we all line our pockets.
Drive it right in the home.
So, what do? All right, we make a theme park. We got to strike a deal with like the hottest fucking property out there right now. So we'll go with Warner Brothers, fucking Universal, Disney, all that shit, right? You have so the hottest toy selling properties on the face of the fucking planet.
You're just describing theme parks.
Exactly.
All the most popular theme parks have that.
This illustrates my point, though. So what I'm saying is,
okay,
the disruption of it would be: is there a way to create a theme park that uses either no merchandising, which is probably almost impossible, or it uses something, I can't think of the word for it, like it's like a, not like publicly available, anyway,
like family made.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, so the appeal, the whole disruption thing is all
like
about
privately
like,
owned, a privately owned,
which is like what
theme
Darien
park.
Lake is.
Yes, it's technically a privately owned theme park, but there's still ads and stuff there because it's impossible to pay for one of those parks with attendance alone.
It's not so much the ads. I think what it is like,
well, that's part of it. That's part of it.
Could you? Well, you know, I mean, you could leave them, is what I'm saying. Like, it's a part of it to the point where you would have it. But
okay.
Could you make a theme park?
That's
what?
That's what you're talking about, though.
There's ads, and then there's merch. Like, there's ads, like just ads for stuff, and then there's like the whole park is this. The whole park is the thing. Like it's all wrapped into that one concept. It's like the difference between like a billboard and going into fucking Disney Town.
Yeah, but there's ads, and then you see the ad, and you're able to go buy it 2 feet away.
I get that.
The ride, you see the ride, and you're able to buy the Superman shirt 2 feet away. It's basically the same thing.
What I'm trying to get at is, the funny part about theme parks to me is that as far as I'm aware, and this might be, it might be changing, I don't know, but they're failing. Theme parks are failing. Like, overall, and I'm sure when you went, you probably saw 4.4 billion people there.
There was a lot of people there.
But
I did not go on many rides. The lines were pretty long.
That was a weekend.
Yeah.
In fairness, but again, as far as I'm aware, the industry itself is failing, and I feel like nobody's ever thought, can we make a better one? Can we do like a theme park that's like better?
Because you can't. Because the reason the theme parks are failing is not because of attendance or anything. It's because the prices of running the theme parks go up every time gas goes up, every time electric goes up. It costs them. But also, it costs them more money.
That also has to do with the fact that if you have to increase prices due to like having to run this shit,
well, the problem is they
probably make a more efficient model.
They try not to increase prices. They use the ads and everything to help build new rides and stuff. Like a lot of the rides there were say like, oh, this ride, and then like underneath it, presented by Snickers or whatever. Obviously they got enough ad money to bring a new ride in so that it would help raise the attendance so that they don't have to charge more for the tickets, even though the price of running it has gone up every summer that comes around. They basically they know what their energy bills were last year, how much they used or whatever. And
I didn't know I was going to be going to a TED Talk on roller coasters.
Which is probably why sometimes you go to a ride and it says this one's closed due to... That might be how they save some money, is they don't run the big rides every day, you know? Especially
you're getting into some Illuminati shit. All I was saying was, like, can we make the theme park better?
High traffic days. If you got high traffic days... If you know a ride's going to be popular, you say it's broken. That way you don't got to run it as many times during the day. I'm just saying. No, you can't make theme parks better.
You can't make them better?
Nope.
They're already perfect the way they are. $12 nachos and $15 beers intact.
Yep. Because you don't need to buy that stuff.
Huh?
You don't need to buy that stuff. You could bring a cooler, leave it in your car. They allow re-entry. Just because you can't bring it in the park doesn't mean you can't leave, go eat something in your car, and then come back.
But couldn't they create an experience with the park that more mirrors a sensibility of, like, a modern way of thinking about it? I feel like most of the shit in a theme park is just, like, a fucking time gone by Sylvan Beach type of shit now.
Yeah, but that's the fun stuff. It's the fun to look at that stuff.
No, I think that's two different things. Looking at something and consuming something is two different things.
No, I have fun consuming it too.
So, like, I find, like, the whole thing, I feel like, is a little annoying, because it's like, okay, I'm looking for a day of thrills, chills, spills, and fucking spills, right?
More spills. Spilling your fries on the ground.
Spills and spills, right. Like, when we went to Mysteryland, the fact that I could go to one of the commissary areas, one of the goddamn vending areas, and get a bowl of fucking Thai peanut noodles was nothing short of fucking insane. Considering that the bulk of American consumerist sort of, like, concert venues and, like, the major venues out there is, like, you're gonna get a Doughboy at best, cheese fries at worst, fucking $8 Busch Light at best, $15 fucking Bud Light at worst. So I'm just saying, like, maybe just from the food bev sort of merchandising section, I feel like there could be, like, an amazing theme park where they've, like, fucking converged all these, like, great ideas of, like, amazing fucking food.
It'll still be overpriced food, though. That's where they make their money.
Well, look, I know that no matter what, you're gonna upcharge because it's just like a restaurant. You're only gonna make money on booze in restaurants, and a lot of the money made in a park is concession. Like, you know, you got your daily pass, but then after that, you gotta fucking you gotta put everything else through the roof. But, like, the closest thing that this comes to, and it still doesn't really deliver on it, is Disney Springs. Like, did I ever tell you about Disney Springs?
We talked about it on this.
I'm pretty sure we did. But I'm saying, like, in the scope of American, like, consumerist bullshit, that section of Disney, I think, has it pretty close. But you just gotta put rides in it.
That's the problem, is if you want to build something like that, you run the risk of having these restaurants that no one goes to.
But I think that's the thing.
Because
is that when you deal with the lowest common denominator, that's absolutely true.
Because you're not going to a theme park to get some good food. You go to a theme park to ride the rides and then pick up a funnel cake for food. That's what you eat at theme parks. That's your dinner for today. You go in thinking, I'm going to shove my face with a big old funnel cake and I'm going to be full for hours because I'm drinking 5 gallons of oil. You don't go in thinking, oh, I wonder what I'm going to eat for dinner today at this theme park. That's your
Eat
last
your fried
thing.
flour, you fat piece of shit, and go buy a
thing on your
$16
mind.
Bud Light and get the fuck on that ride.
You're there to ride rides. You're not there to eat dinner.
Well,
We'll
no,
eat dinner tomorrow. Today we're
Like-
riding the fucking Superman.
I get that. You don't want to puke up your fucking your
Your
pickle
$80
plate with
Thai
fucking
pie.
charcuterie. But at the same time, I feel like the old standbys of the theme park, like some of them,
I know, like, I know
there
you're gonna,
could be a better experience.
I know you're gonna laugh at this, but at this one there is a Johnny Rockets in there.
Okay, all right.
So there is a
Culture,
restaurant.
Dillon,
There
culture.
is a Panda Express in there.
Uh,
You're not gonna get anything more than like that
No,
kind of stuff,
right.
but it's still more than here's some shoestring fries that you're gonna pay $150 for.
what I was thinking was like, could you make it so that like could you make it so that the park's concessions itself, not all withstanding the like installation restaurants like Panda Express and
Yeah.
like mall food, like shit like that's going to be in there. Could you do it so that like when you're around the park and you're a fucking adult, because you know where it is too, is the adults spend the goddamn money. It's the adults' fucking money.
Calm down, Brent. You don't even have any kids, Brent. You have never gone to a theme park with kids and spent money on them.
Not like you weren't heated up 20 minutes ago about this. Anyway.
I'm more
point
heated that
is-
you want more out of it. I'm like, no, I go to a theme park to get that funnel cake because I can't get that funnel cake anywhere else,
Keep
really.
the funnel cake. You're you're just like, don't take my funnel cake away.
You're trying to
It's like-
gentrify my theme parks when I just want a
Dillon-
funnel cake.
Dillon, relax. You're getting all sweaty, dude, and you're just like, I just don't want to take my fucking funnel cakes away.
And you know
Like,
what?
It's okay.
I didn't
Dillon.
even eat a funnel cake. I didn't even have one yesterday. It's the point.
That's the worst part about it.
I saw funnel cakes being eaten, and I didn't want to strip those people of their happiness because you want to eat some fucking Thai pad or whatever the hell it's called.
Who says we can't have some pad Thai funnel cake?
Pad Thai, that's it. No, that sounds gross. I need 100 pounds of fried sugar on it and a scoop of vanilla ice
They have
cream.
kabuki makeup full of fucking powdered sugar.
I want to just look like I walked out of Studio 76 in the 80s, all right?
I need to look like Tony Montana eating a fucking piece of fried dough. Oh God, I'm gonna pass out. Oh man, that was the best. Anyway, I think we should join forces and
Stay
create
away
the
from my
ultimate
theme parks. Stay away from them. Next time I go, I'm not inviting you.
Look, I have such a soft spot for the theme park, like just in the form that it takes. The 2 sour lemonade and the fucking funnel cake with the chocolate fucking drizzle on it over top of the fucking sugar and the tokens and the fucking giant pixie stick machine, like all that. I love that shit. I was posing this question as a third-party representative for the theme park industry. Was saying like,
So,
Is
so
there a
you're
possibility
the
that something
millennial
like that
that they're
might
gonna
happen?
write the USA Today is gonna write the article on. You are. You're the one.
Mm-hmm.
You want more.
Look,
You can't just have what they're giving you. You want more.
It's not that I want more.
No, you want more.
I just want different.
You want. See, that's the problem.
It's more and the fact that your thing is like the fact that I want to change it is already like not even change it. Just add like a couple more things. You're just like, fuck you. It's a delicate ecosystem.
It is. They figured it out. All right.
Look, the second you take that funnel cake away, that entire park might as well burst into flames because it's destroyed. Oh my god.
That's a pretty good theme park, though. We should go sometime. Just saying.
Look, I still don't know what the fuck the bachelor party is. It's probably gonna be like you said, us sitting across from each other with a keg in the center, just drinking straight from the hose. And that's what it is. That's the bachelor party. That's it. Have fun, everybody. Lucky if I could get Andrew to come out there. Lucky if I can get him into a fucking suit, for Christ's sakes. He's gonna come in his fucking underwear.
He'd
A
probably
goddamn
like that.
Space Jesus fucking t-shirt on. Great.
Yo, the Superman there has like, it's way longer than they're in like.
We're back on it.
I'm just telling you. I figured that'd be something you'd like, because you like that ride, don't you?
I love that ride. It holds a very special place in my heart. I also was curious about the Joker too. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was
was
close.
It was closed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I saw that on the website. I think it might be like closed like for a long time.
I don't know.
Or it had been closed.
I wonder if they're doing something, because I know one of the other rides, they were doing something for Fright Fest with it. So I wonder if they're changing up something on it. Like
Fright Fest.
Yeah.
Well, look, if you guys come out here for the bachelor party or whatever, if there is one, fuck if I know. Anyway, we could fucking go. We could go to the Great Escape, get fucking night passes, and go to the Oktoberfest part and fucking drink beer and eat Oktoberfest food. And then we could go ride the fucking mini haha or get on the dinner cruise and get shit-faced on Lake George.
I don't think a mini haha goes into September. I looked it up.
Ah, whatever.
I could double check, but I was looking it up the other day and it didn't look like it.
So look, we'll rent a pontoon boat from a livery and we'll call it the Dillon haha.
I'll bring one of my synths on it.
The Dillon haha. You're the entertainment. You're the entertainment. We drag a giant keg on it so that it's like super unbalanced.
It's wobbling back and forth.
We're trying to like turn it. We can't. Gotta call the fucking Coast Guard.
I just keep playing "You Make My Dreams Come True" over and over again.
And we're all wearing fucking stupid captain's hats that we bought from Suave Fair. Like dummies. I gotta fucking cover up this giant reflection.
It's
fucking
fine.
Making me look like I'm in an Alfred Hitchcock
You're
movie.
fine.
Jesus, is that gonna do it? God damn it.
It's fine.
Doesn't even. What'd you say?
It's fine.
No, it's not. I look like hell.
All right, so you had a new segment you wanted to bring on, a hard cut.
A hard cut?
Hard cut.
Well, how are we going to do a segment where we would have had... Well, I guess we just know it in our brains, right? We know it in our brains and in our hearts.
It's like we came up with a new idea, and instead we're just going to change the old idea to the different words.
The old idea to the new different idea.
So, Brent, you
All
listen
right,
to any
so
good music?
drum roll, please.
I already
Did
said
you
it.
listen to any good music lately?
I already said it.
Oh. You have a thing where it blocks out when I'm talking. I have to wait until your lips stop moving, and I wasn't looking at your lips.
Oh, yeah, good. No wonder why you're always talking over me.
I talk over you anyway. All right. So, the good music that I've been listening to, maybe.
Good music.
The music makes the people come together. Yeah, actually, this morning I listened to the entirety. Well, like, because I was making my logo and doing a bunch of other shit on just my computer in here, and I had it up on the TV. I had Diplo's most recent Boiler Room rooftop set, which was very good. At the end, he started to do some Silk City. So I think it was when Silk City just first started to put the 2 singles out. Like,
okay.
It was like the first time.
Yeah.
So, because everything else was like a Silk City like set, because a lot of it was like A lot of it was like sample-based house, like experimental house. He had like his own shit in there. Like he did like a really weird version of Original Dawn, like that I'd never heard before. It was like a Moomba tone one, where it was like it was like a backbeat type
one.
Huh?
Was it the original one?
No, it was fast.
The original one's fast.
Real fast, real tribally, like tribal house type of thing.
Oh, sorry. I was doing something.
Oh, excuse me.
Sorry. I was plugging my headphones in. Don't worry
about it. I listened to that, and then it went right into Fatboy Slim's most recent one, where he was in like that thing. I don't know if it's in Las Vegas or where the fuck it is. Like, it might be in Seattle. I don't know, but it's like it might be the space. No, it doesn't. That doesn't move.
The Space Needle.
Yeah, that doesn't move. This thing was like a tower
rotates,
where
It rotates on top, doesn't it?
It might rotate, but it doesn't go up and down. This thing fucking goes from the bottom floor all the way to the top floor. It's like a big pod.
Yeah, that's
everybody
a
stands in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if this Space Needle does that.
Yeah, it does. How are you supposed to get to the top of the Space Needle, Brent? Stairs?
Elevator in the
stairs?
What?
No, it's on the outside. Unless it's that thing in Toronto.
No, I'm saying... So, like, imagine a fucking pin from the ground, or like a fucking, like a set of scaffolding, just a post, and then a donut on the top of the post that goes up and down the post.
Oh, I think
and
that's
the people are inside the donut.
I think that's in Canada.
Okay, so anyway, Fatboy Slim was doing
post Canada donut. You should find it.
He was doing like a fucking that was a really good set, like really, really good. Super well crafted. I mean, the dude's been doing it for such a long time that it's not surprising at all, but man, he fucking had it. And it was cool because during the course of the set, like they started off at the top, the sun was going down, and then it started going down to the ground once the sunset was going, and then they went all the way back up to the top when it was like nighttime. It was like 2 hours. It was wicked long.
Wait, he played in the donut?
He played in the donut with a bunch of people in the donut.
Cool, that's cool.
And it's made out of glass. There's not a single fucking, like, the whole shit is completely visible. So you can see the entire skyline 360 with everybody standing in there fucking dancing to some Fatboy Slim. And it wasn't even like a traditional Fatboy Slim set. Like it was kind of more of just like Fatboy Slim as a DJ, not even playing like a lot of his own songs.
Huh.
Like, I don't know if he might have snuck some stuff in there when I wasn't paying attention because it was in the background, but I didn't hear no major parts where it was like he did like a huge version of like Praise You or whatever. Like, just seemed like he was just doing like an awesomely crafted like 2 hour set. But yeah, so that was this morning. But the stuff that I've been sort of listening to as of late, I've been listening to the new 1975 stuff that's been coming out. There's about 2 or 3 tracks out from them. First 2 tracks, were pretty
you hated
bad.
The first one, didn't you?
Huh?
You hated the first one, didn't you?
Oh, the first track that came out from them, I did not understand what their viewpoint or angle was, or like, and I mean, not that it has to be anything stylistically speaking, but like the guitar in it is pitched so high, and the kind of like notes he's playing with it is like it's just over and fucking over. And I'm like, this is the same band that just on the last record had a guy doing guitar that was like Mark Ronson. Like he was doing like crazy like trill like disco picking, like all these different like bar chords and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it just sounds like a weird like just experimental thing. And then
it's crap.
Of course, huh?
It's crap.
It's crap. Of course, now they're gonna do the electronic thing. So then the next 2 tracks were predominantly electronic, and it's just like, I get it. Cool.
You guys were on your own boat. You missed this boat. Stay on your boat.
Like, what they, not necessarily that what they were doing needed to stay the same the whole time. I mean, look, the same argument can be made for 30 Seconds to Mars. It's like, look, guys, nobody said you had to do the exact same thing on anything after This Is War, but we also didn't say to do what you did, because I don't think anybody advised you correctly on that, fans or otherwise. Like, you went completely against the concept of what it was. I mean, you just must have gotten lucky there. Like, the second 1975 record is gonna, I can already feel it. It's gonna be like This Is War. I liked it so much. Like, I mean, the only thing that I could take or leave about the 1975 that sort of differs them from like a 30 Seconds to Mars is that I like it when you sleep, whatever the fuck that whole sentence record. That's problematic because they have like all these great songs on it, but then they stroke it real hard and do all of these like instrumentals, these like self-aggrandizing, like trying to make a point instrumentals, and it's like,
stop trying to make a point.
He's said himself on record that like they cut, and what I think is genius about them though is that they constantly toe the line of being a commercially successful pop band that's still a band, and having lyrics that are well written, nostalgic. The songs kind of have like a good, like a feel to them that's sort of nostalgia. It has like a very nostalgic feeling, like overall. Like even from the first record where it was more like punk, it was like real shiny punk, or punk inspired. It's like you guys were going down this fucking like cool ass road, and then where like, and you had like they had something to say like stylistically. It was like, oh cool, like the second one's drawing on like In Excess and like Peter Gabriel, Phil Collins, Depeche Mode, like the best in British new wave, like some of the more guitar driven stuff, like the Soft Cells and like not Gary Newman, he's too dark, but like just shit like that. So it just feels like with these 3 songs that they put out that I've listened to so far, the closest to it being like kind of good is the most recent one that came out, which is just an electronic song with Matt Healy at least singing a regular sort of thing over the top, melodically okay, but it just doesn't do nothing for me. It's so weird how that happens. Like, I get obsessed with shit, and then the next thing that comes out is just like, come on.
Why are you playing me like that, dude?
It's like, it's one thing if like if the band's career if the band's career has like a 20-year fucking base to it, and like they put out like 3 or 4 shit records like over the 20 years they've been around. Like a great example is like Judas Priest. Ever since like Nostradamus, that everything after that was shit after Nostradamus, and then they come out with Firepower, and then everybody's like, oh my god, this is the greatest rock record of the year, and nobody's even listening to rock, and it was so fucking good. Like, it's shit your pants fucking no holds barred rock metal, great riffs, great solos, fucking hard as fuck drums, and it's like, oh, they're back, man, they're back. But that's a band that had 20 years to figure out, like, maybe we did a couple of those not very good. Like Rush had the same thing. There was a couple not very good records in there. You know, yeah, every band has that.
Let them be not very good. If they keep being not very good, maybe that's when you just stick to your...
There's a problem there. So I'll pass it over to you. I've fucking pontificated enough. You looking on your Spotify right now to figure it out, champ? Get that green reflection on your face. I see it.
Green reflection.
Well, actually, one more that I could do.
Yeah, one more.
Just really very quickly is what I sent you yesterday was the Bone Crew thing. I didn't explain to you where the Bone Crew came from.
I looked it up. I'm like, who is this? Like,
I was watching. I've told you a couple times. I think I watched this guy Anthony Fantano does the needle drop. He's a music reviewer.
Yeah, I think I've seen some of his stuff on accident.
On accident. I just had his videos on yesterday, and like he came to this one where he's like, I react to trap times metalcore. I was like, ooh, gotta watch this. And I watched it, and I was like, I couldn't, like, he had it on in the background, so I couldn't like really hear it as like good as he could, because he obviously has to talk over the top of it. But hearing him talk about it, I was like, all right, I gotta fucking listen to this. So I popped it on over my headphones. I was like, whoa, damn, that's like that's some crazy shit. And a funny point that he had about this, which kind of makes sense, is that he said that he thinks that something like this is gonna be what the next phase is for hybrids, like the way that we had nu metal.
Yeah,
he's like, if we're gonna do the second wave of nu metal, like if it'll come in at all, like even if it happens, it'll be that.
I could see that.
You'll have some of the older well, and the other thing he said, which is fucking hilarious, which goes along with it, is he's like, makes me sad the Warped Tour isn't around anymore, because shit like this would kill at Warped Tour.
It is a very Warped Tour. That's some Warped Tour ass music.
Oh, the concept of it is uniquely that. And I was like, man, this could be what we might be seeing at this point is, and it's so funny that this happened like 4 times, but like the second time it happened was Public Enemy and Anthrax. Like that thing, the whole thing where it was like, let's do heavy metal on rap. And then nu metal was like rap, and like it was just what rap was at the time, because like the way that it happened with like Public Enemy and some of that like type of shit was that it was the style of rap that it was at the time, which was East Coast West Coast rap, which is like it was going to be either be like gangster rap or it was going to be like New York like super hard like shit. It was like either one of those. Then the next one was fucking the current state of what metal was at that time, which was, you know, it was like coming into metalcore, like pop metal and shit like that. So then you had that, and then you had nu metal. Now it's going to be trap and metalcore, or like trap and grind, or trap and like whatever a modern metal genre looks like now. Which modern metal right now, not doing so great. It's not doing great. I was talking about the Judas Priest thing. That's good. I kind of, the other day I was on YouTube, fucking Disturbed's back out.
Oh yeah?
Yep. Saw a single from them. A single from fucking Disturbed. I was like, oh geez. Listen to it, I was like, yep, that's Disturbed.
Sounded
and I don't like it. And what's funny is that I turned to Becky, because she used to love them. Like, she was like, I really liked Disturbed back in the day. And I was like, here's the funny part. I did too. And here's what this proves. They literally came out with a song that sounded like Into the Fire. Is that the song? Into the fire? In the fire? Inside the fire? Inside the fire.
Like that was the name of the album too, or something.
Anyway, it sounded like that. It had that little synth in the background, that booty. Like it goes along with the riff.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the same goddamn shit. Did they just take the keyboard or the patch that they used on that last record and just take it out of the closet and go and just dust that shit off and just be like, yep,
the
it's
sequence
Disturbed
is
again.
still saved.
I saved it, and I could take out all my old pedals and all my old guitars and we'll just make it again. Like, and then I realized, like, what this proves is that I don't like that anymore. It's not that they're doing a bad job because they're doing the exact same thing they did before. It's just like AC/DC. They're just going to keep doing what they're doing. I just don't like it anymore. And it's so weird. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be like the lyrics or something that's like throwing me off, or like I don't know, like they might be phoning it in real hard and you could kind of tell, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But damn, was it shit. Anyway, I gave you some time to prepare there.
I only have one.
Okay, great.
Yeah. It's a new person. I don't know. You might have never heard of this person.
I'm ready.
It's in classic Dillon fashion. Found on YouTube because she did a gear rundown of her live setup. Her name's Ela Minus. It was on some
never would have heard of that
Spanish YouTube channel, but she spoke English, and like all her music is made with basically analog synths. It sounds yeah, big surprise. Whoa, shocker. It sounds very much like Hesitation Marks, the Nine Inch Nails album.
Yes.
You know, that real
where everything is like programmed in and it's like
that real bleep bloop like style.
Yeah, bleep bleep bloop bloop.
Yeah, like that kind of music, and it's like, oh, some of it's like darker pop, and then some of it's a little like lighter stuff. But yeah, that's about it. I don't know.
Ela Minus.
ELA minus.
All right.
Yeah, so check that out.
I can easily get some shit going here. This is more of like a pop selection.
Who, me?
No, me.
You? Oh.
I'm saying I'm gonna give you another one.
Okay.
The pop selection, sort of, this one is because he's like now extremely popular, but like in a very like super now way, like with the kids. Like he's popular with the kids, Dillon.
Justin Bieber?
No, but you would consider him like maybe the next wave, but I don't think the wave is big enough at this point to crest because he's still already in there. Troye Sivan.
Oh, that one guy you showed me. Yes.
Yeah. That was the other one because he's come out with some more shit that I've been listening to. And then I told you about Loot. Band Loot? I think I did. One of our friends knows him.
Like the guitar?
Loote. They do a song called Your Side of the Bed, which kind of got onto like pop radio a little while ago.
Where's your pop radio song, Brent?
What?
Where's your pop radio song?
Where's my pop radio song?
Yeah, why isn't it on the radio?
It's about to be here like Wednesday, and I should be able to plug that in and get it going.
What about the drums though?
Yeah, that's going to be problematic because it's an analog drum or it's an analog synth. I don't have any way of keeping time, keeping fucking, what do you call it?
BPM?
MIDI time, that's what it is.
Yeah, you
like
do.
the MIDI clock, that's what it was.
Yeah, you do.
How can I make drums on a computer and sync the MIDI clock from the drums up to my synth?
You plug it in USB MIDI and push the clock to it, and so the clock.
You can push a software clock to an analog synth?
Yes. Especially because it has, I mean, you could do it through the USB. It's possible. So the USB, you push, you put it in slave mode.
Yep.
Your computer's the master. You put the synth in slave mode, and it'll push the clock to it. And whenever you do the BPM on the computer,
it'll change the BPM on the keyboard.
Yep.
No shit. All right, so that's cool. As far as drums are concerned,
you need analog drums.
I have no way of triggering them because I'm really bad at doing drums on Logic. I don't know what to do there. Maybe the next thing is a machine. Maybe the next thing is like one of the Arteria beat step type scenarios.
You can get the new one that just came out, the Drum Brute Impulse.
The Drum Brute's like $400 though, isn't it?
I think the new one's $300.
Oh, it's not that
it's
much.
The cheaper one.
It's not that bad.
You just gotta wait for that coupon, dude.
Oh yeah, I gotta get that coupon.
Get the coops.
I'll
talk to my dude
go.
at Sweetwater. Maybe he can hook you up.
Ooh. What was I gonna say? Oh, Kim Petras. There's that one song by Kim Petras on the again on that pop. What the kids like right now.
Trying to get hip
that
with
I
the
like
kids?
a lot. Huh?
You trying to get hip with the kids or something?
No, I just kind of fall on these things because of like I'll go through like not necessarily the hottest playlists, like the electronic playlists. Like I don't go through like
Mint.
I don't go through Mint. I like the other one. Like that's where I found that Excision and Millennium song where I was like, oh, that's hard as fuck. That was around the time that you told me about that Gunship song, which is also hard as fuck.
Oh yeah, I guess.
And the video for it is super weird.
Yeah, it is.
And that girl is smoking hot. I was like, at the end, when you first watch it, they have the animated section where it's her. And first of all, I don't know who Gunship is as a person.
It's
like I had never looked it up before.
It's two guys, I think. I want to say it's two guys.
Right.
It is
I
two
did
dudes,
look
right?
it up.
Okay. Yeah, because I listened to
then
their,
I was
their
like-
old album. I really liked the first one,
Yes.
and this is actually off their newer one that's coming out. That song. The new it
I
almost sounds
really-
like a Nero song.
It's yes. The
It's a little more. It's a little more synthy than a Nero song. Not as not as much in the electronic. It's more like
yeah,
80s,
Nero almost
80s
kind of
synth.
bridged the gap between like an arena rock song and an electronic song.
Yeah, and this is more like 80s synth pop with some of that arena
there,
rock stuff.
There's something to be said about the song in the sense that you know what it is. Like you're listening to it and you're kind of like, yeah, it's like an Outrun style like Perturbator or like a Carpenter Brute thing, right? Because they're kind of all in that same category. But at the same time,
well, don't. I mean, Gunship was around that same period, so don't be throwing them in like they're aping off of them. They kind of
no. I'm saying if they were a progenitor of it,
they're part
that's
of
what they're
part
doing.
of that. Yeah.
But I'm saying what I'm saying is that this particular song feels like it's like 4 different things. It feels like it's like 80s retro synthwave, like that's like that thing. But it also feels like with the saxophone and like the backing like sounds and like the atmosphere that they've laid like on the production itself, and then the end part, that almost feels like a power metal type or like a it's just real weird.
It's like they took 80s synth music, 80s pop music, and then a little
80s
bit of
metal
80s
music.
metal. Yeah.
They've done like everything. They've distilled all of this into
took
one
the 80s.
thunderdome of a fucking song.
It took the 80s and just slapped them all together.
That end part when it comes in and it's like it's like the biggest fucking like drums I've ever heard, and then you just got the fucking guy on the sax going ape shit. Crazy how good that sax was. It doesn't sound real.
That is real.
Oh, it's real. I'm just saying it doesn't sound like real.
Oh, okay.
That shit sounds like fucking like it's like as crisp as a fucking like new $5 bill. Whew. But if that's gonna be where they're headed with that new record, oh my god. Like if they have like a good mixture of like all that stuff.
Yeah, I think that's coming out pretty soon, like September.
Oh, I'm very excited.
The Pale Waves album's coming out in September.
What?
The Pale Waves album, their full album's coming out in September.
Is this gonna be their first full record?
Yeah. They put a whole bunch of singles out. I don't even know if any song that's on this record hasn't come out as a single at this point.
That's what I was gonna say because I was like, man,
I haven't, like,
there's so
looked.
many fucking singles. What is there gonna be, like 3 songs you never heard on it?
Dude, they literally just put 2 more singles out in the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
Which is probably their last 2, actually, to be honest.
What?
I said it's probably going to be like the last 2 that they actually put out.
Yeah. You gotta look up.
It's a 14 song album. It's a 14 song album.
Oh wow, that's a lot. You have to look up. There's I heard it on EQX the other day. It's a reggae version of The Unforgiven. Okay. And it is so crazy. It's by Albarosi. You just do reggae The Unforgiven and it's gonna show up for you no matter what you do. I've been listening to a fuckload of Peter Gabriel lately.
Nothing wrong with that.
I've been listening to a fuckload of Peter Gabriel and a lot of shit. Like, I love this yacht rock playlist on Spotify. Oh my god, dude. You could get that ripping at like any fucking bougie barbecue in the world and people are gonna lose their minds. like dude, you said you make my dreams. That's what you were gonna play on a loop on the boat.
Yeah.
What's the first song on the playlist? Like, just that's all you gotta have.
That's it. Once you hear those,
when that comes in, boom, you got him. You got him in the palm of your hand.
Oh.
And then
so we need one of these hot dogs. All right, I'm gonna finish them.
Hand me the rest of that rosé. I'm gonna get a little wild tonight. Like, it's got so much good shit on it. It's got like 5309 Jenny, Feel Like Making Love, Brown Eyed Girl, Footloose, fucking Take the Long Way Home, goddamn That's All by Genesis, fucking Boys of Summer, We Built This City, Broken Wings, Life's Been Good, Centerfold. Oh, the list goes on and on, Dillon. It sounds like I'm on a Time Life commercial. It's like yacht rock from the 70s and 80s.
18 discs for the low price of $12.50.
Great for your summer barbecue, and if you happen to be a guy who wears a lot of Sperry Docksiders, get up on your boat and play this over your Bose SoundLink speakers.
Yeah, I just put in these speakers for the summer. They're waterproof, so if it rains out, I don't got to worry about it.
It fits so many fucking Hall & Oates in this bitch. Like,
well, that's a pretty good segment. It was a good change of segments. Good job.
Segments, yeah, good segments.
Good job.
Great segment. Awesome segment.
Awesome segment. Did you come up with that one? Did you play any good games lately?
Oh man, Jesus Christ, we're gonna do 2 segments.
The 2 segments.
Two I know of the same segment.
I said, yeah, 2 segments, different middle word.
Did I? Jeez.
It was a question because I knew the answer was no for you.
It probably would be a no. Although, I have still been playing Pool Panic, like, on and off. I've just been fucking around with that on the couch. Still fucking around with Bulletstorm. I only play like an hour of it at a time, so it's gonna take me like forever to do it. Yeah, it's a fucking super short game though. It's more about kind of what I want to play, really, more than what I have played.
Spider-Man.
You gonna play Spider-Man, Dillon?
It's the Bear shit in the woods.
Does this bassist from a ska band wear a fedora? That does look good. I really I've been really, and again, I've fallen into this delusion a million times, and I don't know why it always happens to me. Maybe it's just because I
delude
I
yourself
haven't
through life every day. So
Yeah,
what's
absolutely.
the different thing?
Welcome to the grand delusion.
Come on in and see my stuff I don't use. I got this synth for 15% off. I thought it was a pretty good deal.
You're fooling yourself. Can you believe it? 15% off, but it excludes tax. I've been listening to some Styx too, funnily enough. Anyway. I had a thought the other day where I was like, man,
I want an Xbox
really
One.
feel like I want to,
Yeah, I want an Xbox One.
It's nothing modern. That's the thing, is that like all the time.
No, well, you want an Xbox One so you could play Xbox 360 games.
Well, not even that. Like
I was doing like that thing. They're doing that thing where you just pay like $35 a month and you get an Xbox One, Xbox Live, and Games Pass. You like
a rental?
You basically like rent to own, basically.
Shit.
You can rent to own a Xbox One. It's like Xbox All Access or something.
My God.
I think you can own it by the end, or if you just don't want it anymore, you send it back. But I thought that was a pretty cool thing.
I was thinking about going to GameStop, or actually, they got one of those shitty, fucking mall stores that's the guy runs.
Crazy Games.
Yeah, fucking Crazy Dude Games.
I'm out of control with games. Look at all these games.
I'm Gaming Steve, and I got way too many GBA cards, so I'm passing the savings on to you.
Oh. Hold up.
What I felt in my heart.
Hold up. You just like lagged out like.
Oh, all right. I think I did notice it. It happened on your end too. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Anyway, I wanted a Game Boy Advance SP and a bunch of games.
Oh yeah. As one does. Everyone has that feeling every once in a while.
I was just sitting on the couch and I was like, I really want to play, like, I don't know,
something
F-Zero.
Little.
What?
Something little. Just want to put something little in your hand. Pick up.
Wanted like the burgundy one that I used to have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, maybe next time.
Like, either that or like the chunky DS that could still play the GBA cards.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go get the old chunky DS for fucking $40 and get a bunch of fucking
DS
GBA games, maybe a couple of DS games. Like, that was the goal. Not that it was the golden age. Jesus Christ, we're currently living in the golden age of fucking handheld gaming. But that was there was something so much fun about the SP. It's probably one of the greatest handheld consoles ever made. Like, the clamshell wasn't the most efficient design they could have come up with. I mean, in theory, probably the Afterburner was really the best Game Boy Advance but that wasn't really a widely available Game Boy Advance. And also, the backlight wasn't as good. The backlight in the fucking SP was great. The batteries lasted forever. It was just a great fucking system. The buttons on that thing were so fucking good. You could just, like, it's like now it's like I'm on a Switch and there's no directional goddamn buttons. It's like then I'm thinking about, like, what if what if they had Hollow Knight on the DS? It's like, damn, that'd be so much more fun to play.
You could buy a Joy-Con with a D-pad on it. Hori makes them. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. I did see something about that though. I think somebody said though it was shit battery life, but that doesn't really matter because I'm all I'm on my couch.
The whole
So who
Switch
gives a
has
fuck?
the Switch has a shit battery life.
This whole thing is a goddamn battery sucker. Doesn't matter if you put another shit battery on a shit battery.
The controllers last long doesn't mean the system that they're holding together lasts that long.
Yeah, that was kind of just the thought that I had recently. Was I really wanted to play just like some old shit, but I just I don't dedicate myself to playing the old shit because I have so much new shit.
And you don't even dedicate yourself to playing the new shit.
Yeah, I can't even I don't even want to partake in the idea that if I bought a Game Boy that I would sit down and play an entire game of Pokemon. It's not gonna happen. When I was a kid, I would do that. I would sit down with my fucking Game Boy Advance and play a fucking whole round of goddamn Pokemon. Play a whole game. But that time has passed.
Now you're gonna sit down and watch 6 hours of Jane the Virgin.
Well, that completed. So luckily, then we got into Wild Wild Country, which, my God, that's a cool show.
That's the one about the Colt, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to watch Sharp Objects.
Sharp Objects?
That's the name of that show?
I think so.
That one looks pretty good. But it's on HBO, so I'll never watch it.
Is that a real shit show? Real stuff?
No.
The cult thing is?
No, it's like a...
Oh, it's a fictional show?
Yeah, it's like a murder mystery show.
Oh, okay. I can't recommend... I mean, I don't know if it's your speed. Are you even remotely interested in that stuff?
I love speed. Yeah. It seems cool.
Like Making a Murderer.
Brent, I'll watch anything, Brent. You know this.
I really liked this one. I liked Making a Murderer. I watched that one. I didn't watch The Staircase. All these ones that are popular with people, all the crime shit.
American Vandal.
Yeah, shit like that.
Did you watch that?
No, I want to.
Oh my God, it's so good.
That'll be the next thing because Becky, I think.
Once you watch the first episode, you won't be able to stop watching it.
That's really what it was with Wild Wild Country.
It's one of those. It'll catch you.
It's with that show, I was I just gotta see how this unfolds because it is so. This can't be real. This couldn't have been a thing. Becky started asking her parents about it. Do you remember when this happened? In the news, and they were yeah, kinda. And I was just man, how could somebody not remember all of this shit happening out there? It's fucking crazy. The Rajneesh, Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, the fucking guru from India, set up shop in Portland and had all of his rich fucking white people followers come out and get naked and fucking do weird shit all the time. Amazing story.
Just like heaven.
full of intrigue and the original hipsters and exquisite. So that's the TV that I've been watching recently. On the what music have I been watching recently? Okay. Listening to recently.
Yeah.
And video games that I've been playing recently.
Sweet, great, good job.
I've also been watching Making It on Hulu.
Oh yeah, I don't have Hulu.
The show with Nick Offerman and
his wife.
Why can't Amy Poehler? No, not his wife.
Not his wife.
Not his wife.
This is not my wife. She's number
Nick
one
Offerman
whore.
and Amy Poehler. And it's just British Bake Off, but with people making arts and crafts.
Okay.
Absolutely captivating. Inspiring. Oh geez.
I think we're dwindling here.
We're dwindling?
We're at the end.
Man.
Our ends with.
All right. The last twinkle of hope.
Mario plus Rabbids is pretty sweet. I played that a whole bunch this weekend.
Did you just do a demo of it?
No, I bought it. It was on sale. I've been,
Yeah,
I've been really wanting
I
to
thought
play
you
it.
meant that you did like a demo or something.
I've been really wanting to play it. Like I've been like kind of looking for a tactics game to play.
Yep.
I don't know why. I just felt like playing. Like I played Into the Breach a whole bunch.
You ain't gonna play no XCOM?
I have two. It was a free PlayStation game, but I don't know. I wanted to see if I liked them. You know what I mean? Because
Well, it's probably the most accessible one to see if you like it.
what, Mario plus Rabbids?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I got that one.
And that's what the stick of truth was to me. It was like, yeah, if this is an intro to this genre, it's just as accessible as I would want it.
Yeah, like I just wanted to see if I like playing something more than Into the Breach, because Into the Breach is more of a, you go to a level and you basically it's basically a chessboard in front of you.
Yeah.
These are your pieces. Kill their
A purer
pieces.
form of it.
Yeah, yeah. And so like with
Rabbids kind of integrates the mechanic into a less traditional game.
yeah, more like a Mario type game where you're doing like little puzzle stuff, like pushing blocks and stuff. And then XCOM is more like you're building up your base to make your soldiers stronger or whatever and all that stuff. So I wanted to get like in the middle to see if I like it, and then maybe I'll go to XCOM. But also, I played a little of Valkyria Chronicles because the demo's on Switch right now, and that's a pretty fun tactics game too. And that's different because it's more hands-on, where when you go to move the character that your characters, you have a movement bar basically.
For a time, it's like a timed press.
Well, no, it's more of a how many steps you take. So in most like in Mario plus Rabbids, you click on your character and it's a grid based. So like the grid pops up and you can move in this grid. You go here. So it's free running, but you can only take steps to fill up your bar, and like you shoot from that spot. So basically, you're trying to run to like the sandbags and stuff. It's like it's like anime World War II basically. So
all right,
maybe if you wanna download that bad boy, see if you might like it too.
I'll give it a whirl.
So after playing it, I don't know. I kind of wondering if I should buy it when it comes out. So they did. I got plenty of games at this point. Not when it comes out, like down the road. I'm kind of thinking
down the road.
Yeah.
Well, as we head on down the road, Dillon, we remind ourselves that, sometimes on that road, there's Dr. Seuss and a bunch of roller coasters and funnel cake.
There's always going to be funnel cake.
There's always going to be funnel cake. I mean, if that's a way to wrap this up, I don't know what is. There's always going to be funnel cake. Anyway, if you're interested in learning about the theme park industry, the details of that TED Talk are available below in the description. And as always,
someone's knocking on my door.
Someone's knocking on your door. Come on, knock on my door. That's the Jack It Off podcast, and we are out.